are Heather and Paul Christie.
And for over 12 years, we've worked with executives and entrepreneurs to accelerate change in every aspect of their business.
Because we are in the fastest paced business environment that anyone has ever seen before.
So join us for the Evolve to Win show.
When you think about the way that you've been setting your mindset, setting your goals, really looking at what next level leadership means for you, are you focusing all that effort and energy in your companies? Or are you really looking at the full picture and the balance of what is your life? I find that most people, to get to the level where you are, they've set goals, right? I'm sure every one of you has had very clear goals about where you're going and you've gotten there. The thing that can happen, though, is one day you might have achieved that last goal and failed to reset. If you happen to be in that place right now where you think about it, so I'll ask you the very direct question. I just want you to answer it for yourself. I'm not going to have you raise your hands here. Do you currently have a purpose in front of you outside of your business purpose? Do you have goals out there that you're excited about on a personal level? And let's even go to just one step a little bit more basic. Do you have a hobby? I have this exercise that I do in some of my leadership programs. I call it the success wheel. And we look at all different areas of life and have you rate yourself in these different areas. How you doing in your marriage or your relationship with your significant other? How are you doing with your family? How are you doing in your social life? Do you still have one of those? How are you doing, right? How are you doing with your hobbies? You know what most people do on the hobby? They just cross that one off. They're like, oh, no, I don't have any hobbies. Well, but then you've got to put a 0 there because it's not okay to just not have something for you. Work is my hobby. Still, no, that's still probably not the best answer for you, right? You're never supposed to work at your hobby because then it stops being fun, right? Work is work. Hobby is something for you. That's your time. So you can't just cross that one off. But I want you to really think about that in terms of your own leadership, because everyone in your organizations, they're following you. That next generation of leadership, they're doing what you do. I had a CEO come to me of a very large organization, and he said, Heather, I need you to help me because my executive team, they are wiped out, worn out. He said, my CFO actually did a stress test the other day and fell off the treadmill. We've got a problem here, right? We have a problem. But here's the funny thing. What do you think the CEO was doing himself?
Falling off the treadmill.
He was falling off the treadmill. He was physically unhealthy, and he works over 80 hours a week. He has not, this is his claim to fame, has not actually completed a vacation in over 15 years. He's gone on them, to be fair, he's gone on them, but he's never completed one. He always has to leave early because of business. So here's what he wanted me to do. He wanted me to come in and coach his executive team. Yeah, guess who said no to that awesome opportunity? I had to say no because he was unwilling to change who he was. They're just a reflection of you, Bob. They're just a reflection. I can't do anything for them. They have to do that to keep up with you. Don't you get that? So I just want you to think about that, because you know that if you're full on all the time in work, you are not at your most effective. Can everybody agree with me on that? That you can't be your most effective if you're not getting sleep and if you don't have anything outside of your life. Because whatever's going on in your real world is the one I'm referring to that has your family and everything in it. Because I do have to make that distinction sometimes. Whatever's going on in your real world is actually also coming with you to the office. You all know that, right? So those who are really firing on all cylinders, they're working on the whole picture, is my point. So if you don't have the whole picture in mind right now, we're coming close to the end of the year. It's a perfect time to start setting some goals and some things that are important for you personally.